Hello everybody. So today we're working on the musical fountain and did some preliminary work, working out the redstone maths and layout and stuff. So this is the template we're going to use. So we run up, right? We can hit, I want the guitar sounds, so we can hit the button. And you can hear that it's a guitar. And you can change the pitch based off of how many times you hit the box. So here's 3 different pitches. And we'll set them to appropriate notes. But we'll worry about the frequencies after we get the layout done. Now to make guitar notes, it's wool. Note block over top of wool. And the Minecraft wiki is the best source for information about what block does what. So I've got it set up that every time I push this button, a geyser goes off and the light in the chamber behind it goes on. You can see the light gets slightly brighter and then goes dark right away. And the geyser goes off. So the way we did that, there's more than one thing happening at the same time. So you can see the redstone line. Yeah, goes to the sound box, the note box, and then it keeps on going. Okay, we got line 1 to the note box and line 2 down to, oh, stuff's happening. Here it branches off. Okay, so we slow down the signal. So a pulse comes and at the same time it goes this way. And then at the same time it goes this way, but it slows down. So it receives this pulse before it receives that pulse. But they go to the same spot. And this is a dispenser. That dispenser has a lava bucket in it. Okay? So it'll spit out lava, and I'll show you because we're going to build it over and over again. The first pulse that it receives, lava out. The slow pulse that comes afterwards, lava back in. So lava out, lava back in. Geyser on, geyser off. And then at the same time, that pulse goes over to a piston. There is a block. Yeah, I'll show you. This block right here, okay, is attached to a sticky piston. Right? And I need that torch back. Okay, so that sticky piston. Light is on. Lock it. Light is off. It's a very subtle difference. But we're putting it in anyway because in my head I wanted to have push the button, geyser goes off, light goes off, and that's what happens. And of course no block. So 3 things, 1 button. 4 things if you count geyser goes on, geyser goes off. With each note. And you can see the note that comes out of the note box changes color depending on the pitch. And I put the note blocks that correspond to the wool blocks that correspond to the note colors. And then we got music notes over the center statue. Now to dress it up a bit, down below you're going to see waterfall, right? So there'll be waterfall here, and then diagonal opposite will be waterfall. There'll be 8 waterfalls total because each of these will also have 2 notes / waterfalls / flashy lights that come on down into the fountain. But at the top, I think I need to change the visual of the top a bit. I'm not happy with the way it is. And I was less worried about the way it looked because I'm in the process of making things work right now. So another option which I'm not opposed to doing, is if I drop all this down. Because the fountain up in the air, kind of not working for me. Right? This, we got raised platforms and lowered platforms. This is the music room slash fountain room. It might wind up that everything is raised up here. But then I want to bring the water, this line of water, I want to bring a whole line right around. Clear glass maybe? Or I could just put a chute around a trough with one water bucket. But like, if I make a water line of one, it's going to come out two because I've got to contain it. And that might disrupt the waterfall effect. Or I could have the waterfall not drop there but drop off the centers, which might be okay too. So then the waterfall would drop center here, center there, be fed over. I think I like that concept a bit better actually. A lot better. So we're gonna adjust the visual. Okay. So this is the center here. Alright, I think it's time to remove water actually. Yep. Adjustments. And that's what this whole live stream is going to do, is just working on this layer. Okay, I'm using those for music notes. Don't need them right now. We'll need these guys. Might need lights. Gonna need buckets here. Okay. So we'll go up to the top of the water screen and we'll get rid of some of this water. Right. It's one level lower. Okay, that gets rid of the waterfall. And then there's a bucket at the bottom I gotta get rid of. This one here. Waterfall, come on down! You're the next contestant on. I just didn't like the way it looked. Okay, so that resets the fountain back how it was. Because when we get to this level, I just want it prettier. Wasn't happy with it, so we're gonna adjust it right here. Same with the musical notes, we can raise it and lower it as required. could do a four-sided fountain as well. 4 waterfalls, that would look okay if they're small. 4 small waterfalls, that might be the winner. Yeah, so if we had 4 waterfalls that essentially dropped here and here. Those are half slabs, that's why the blocks float above. Or do we want to do 4 wide? I think we'll probably do 4 wide waterfalls. Yep. 2 is too small. We're going to do 4. Okay. So we got that. That whole apparatus stays put. The water geyser's not max from now, it's second from max. And that's fine too, but one more block of water and it reaches almost the ceiling. That height there, the black line, that will be the next level of the tower. Or base, or whatever you want to call this ginormous mega structure. So from there, okay. So down below one, I think we want the waterfall to come in another one. Like so. Which means it's going to need some false structure here. Yeah, just a little platform outcropping like that on all 4 sides to drop the fountain down. That'll do. And of course, for convenience, we're using the side with the elevator to work out all of our details here. Okay, so this is center line here. Center line there. I might go one lower though, because you're walking at this height. You get off the elevator, come around. Yeah, we're gonna make it one lower. Or actually more than one lower. I say. Well, actually, from here. Doorway will stay open, but then it'll be half slabs. Let's go get our half slabs now. I like that better just because I like to be able to see the glowstone when you come up. Although it's not horrible if I do this. But it's harder to hit the landing. Oh, missed that one. That's not the right level either. It's one more. It's doable, but it's harder. I could stare it. That would look weird. Might just leave it like that. Okay. So as I was saying, this level I actually want to go lower. So that'll be the water. Oh, that one's missing a row. Should be a double row. So these are in line with the one below. That'll put it over 2 and then water. So that's in line and then over 2 and then water down. We could even go 3, but then it's be 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Yeah, we'll go 3. So it hits the deeper bottom. Then it won't give us any splash. Back up the chute of convenience and onto the platforms. Well, hello, Misty. Welcome once again. Today we're working on the musical fountain. Okay, so each of these platforms, right, I'm going to have a water feature coming around and then waterfalls coming down into the pool at the bottom. And I think it's a nice effect that the waterfall goes through another level. But that's too simple. So of course we got to fancy it up a bit. And so my fancy it up has 4 mechanisms. From my center control station. Okay, this is not done, but each of these buttons fires a redstone line to a note block, right? And the note block's over top of wool, so it's playing guitar sounds. Oh, that's okay. That ignore that one. Guitar sounds. There we go. Okay, this one here is going to be a snare drum. So it plays all 7 different notes. You have to hit the block the appropriate number of times to set the, and then once they're set, you push a button and it'll play the note that you left it at. And I put the note block away from the button so that I don't, I missed the block and I changed the note frequency. Okay, so this is my safety feature, that I hit the block, which will fire redstone that'll play the note that I want instead of missing it and screwing up the whole note system. So I can sit in the middle and literally play a song with different notes. Depending on how they're set, right? And every time I hit the note in the distance, the pillar will flash a light and then turn on a geyser and turn off the geyser, like so. And I've got that set up all to be single button push. The light you hardly notice, right? And that's okay, but I know it's there. You can see the dull orange, it'll get a little bit brighter, and then it fades away behind the geyser. And the geyser is actually going to be a little bit taller. You see the top of the column there? That's where the next floor is. I had to remove one water block because I was working on fountain stuff. And the way we accomplish that is each button push sends out the redstone signal, right? And we split the signal. Okay, it goes to the note block, plays the note sound. And then the signal also comes down and is split again. So we got normal speed signal going this way. And then we got, let's slow it down, repeaters. Repeaters on 4 ticks, right? That's normal speed, slower, 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 4 tick speed. But 4 tick speed times 20, times 5, 4 times 5 is 20 ticks slower. So when it receives the signal, right, signal comes down, it carries on at full speed and also at the reduced speed. And 20 ticks was the winner. Anything less than that was not enough. And they both go to this dispenser. This dispenser has lava in it. So the regular speed tick comes in and then says, hey, stick the lava out. And when it sticks the lava out, the geyser goes off. And then a few moments later, the slow signal comes over and says, hey, turn the lava off. And so the geyser flashes on and flashes off with a single push of that button. At the same time, the full speed signal comes through to a sticky piston. The sticky piston has a block on it, right? How do I turn the light on and off? Well, the light is always on, and it's just the light is covered and uncovered when the pulse goes out. Quite simple, really, although the footprint's a bit bigger than quite simple. So at the push of the button, 4 things happen. Note block, lava goes out, lava goes back in, and light flashes. And we're going to do that for 8 different buttons, which will each have a slightly different frequency and their own light column, and of course their own geyser. And because it's musical in nature, the statue I'm using is just music notes. Okay, so now aesthetically, right, there will be water here which will run down, cascade down the side. Okay, and then it'll come here and be fed out. Right? Water's coming down, comes down and around. Okay, so this is the geyser that has to be preserved. But other than flowing down the two sides, I can actually get rid of all this middle stuff. Gotta dress it up a little. Okay. Oh, that's all good. I appreciate both of you. You're both very supportive subscribers, and I enjoy sharing a little bit of art. Okay. So I made a trough go 1, 2, and then up. 1, 2, and then up. Okay. So the waterfall will come down here. Wishy-washy waterfall. Like so. And then we'll just add water sources back here so that it'll be a full fountain coming down, not just two. Right? And then down here, they will be 4 wide funnels coming from above. Just to make it prettier. Okay. Now, these are superfluous, unnecessary crap that we can reduce. I'm not sure what I want to do with these corners. Basic step pyramid. Okay, 4, and then 1, 2. Actually, I want to run a whole perimeter around here. Or should we do glass? I don't know. Don't know yet. Okay, so this will all be water trough later, right? And then each of the troughs will come off the edge. Oh, the other thing I like doing is, you see how this is a pyramid right in the middle? Well, from the underside, I build it inverted. So that from the underside you get a stepped in texture. Because this building is so big that when you look around, like the pillars and the architecture should be part of the artwork. So on this floor you got your holes, your lights, your indents. It's got a bit of life. And you'll notice like even on this level below, this is the main floor that you come in through the door. The roof is stepped in and sloped. It's not just a square. Right, dress it up a bit. It's a staircase, but we'll case it later, and it's a work in progress. And then this level too, right? I bothered to make the glass floors where you can look down to the level below. But the ceiling's also done up. When you do a big build, the architecture is part of the artwork. And of course the corners, right, where the whoops, where the beacons are, dress them up as well. And yeah, this will all get housed here. Like, you see how it's just blank and blank? Well, I don't know what I need to keep open for tunneling. So on the side that's finished, this section here will get closed off. But like the beacons, okay, these ones are closed off. But above it it's not. Right? One piece at a time. Can't do it all at once. There's just too much to do all at once. Especially because this is all done in survival mode. Not creative mode. It's all, I have to, every block that's on here I had to collect from somewhere. Okay. We're running a trench line. Well, not a trench. Would you call that a trench? Trench doesn't seem like the right word. Channel, not trench. And useless trivia for you. Prismarine. Prismarine, whether it's the, that's Prismarine, and these are Prismarine bricks. Both of them will slightly change their shade over time. The blues and greens and whatnot change. So keep staring, 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 staring. Hey, Pilgrim, good to see you. Mr. Ron. So, working on the fountain, and I'll give you the short update. So, there's 8 buttons, right? Each play, we've got it set to guitar blocks, which is wool. I stick wool underneath a note block, right? And then it makes a guitar sound. Whoop. And depending on how many times I click it, you can see you can hear the tone changing, and you can see the color of the note changes. So there is a key system set out that if you click the right numbers, you can have the appropriate keys, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? So we'll set up the keys later, but every time I push a button, it'll play a different key, and the note blocks I used, the wool blocks I used correspond to the color of the note block that's going to be set to that one. And then every time I push a button, the note goes off, the geyser goes off, the light behind it goes off, and then the geyser gets shut off, all at the push of one button. Okay, you can see the light behind, it's dull orange. It goes bright for just a moment if you watch. See bright? And then it's dull. Very subtle, but it happens. So you push the button, the signal comes out. Signal goes to the note block, plays the note block. Signal comes down here, continues on at normal speed. And at normal speed, it goes, hey, lava bucket, go out and turn on a geyser. And then signal comes over here and gets slowed down by repeaters. And then a slow signal, fast signal says turn on, slow signal says, hey, turn off. And then the fast signal also moves a piston. There's a light here and a cover. So the cover opens and the cover closes. The light is always turned on. And those are the 4 things that happen every time you push a button. And then I want to repeat that 8 times total. And because it's musical in nature, the statue I'm using is just notes, music notes. There'll be different notes at different locations. I'm not going to make the giant ampersand because it's just way too many blocks and curves and it'll look like crap. But we'll put a different note on each block, each corner. And this is theoretically the source of my fountain. So, like, the geyser came up, right? And then this is the fountain source. Right? The fountain trickles down. I'm going to, just with water, I'm going to carry it along. And then it'll come off each of these platforms and flow down into the main reservoir. But it'll be 4 wide on each side. Just for the sake of art. And it has to be a big fountain to fill a big space. And then you can imagine it's been replicated at all 4 locations. You come through the front door and this is what you walk into. And these side areas, this is going to be storage. But that's not today's problem. Today's problem is just let's get these fountains done. Let's build it before we play it. Now, more useless trivia. I've been teaching myself how to play guitar just off the internet. And I am absolutely horrible at it, but it's really fun to do. And I really think because of that, guitar sounds resonate with me. So that's why I have chosen to use guitar notes. Okay, wait a minute, I'm screwing this up already. Because this ends there. That ends there. This does not exist here. This will wind up going like so. Alright, I just wanted to match both sides. Oh yes, because from the underside I put a little bit of texture and stuff in the ceilings. So I want this corner here. Oh, look at that. You see, I missed one block to match this side. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, I look at Marty Music and Andy Guitar on YouTube. They got excellent tutorials. I have no delusions of being a rock star. It's just a fun little pick away hobby. Okay, that is correct. That is correct. I only missed one block. Missing one block's not bad. Okay, so that was the fourth one in from that corner. One, two, three, underneath here. Yeah. Well, we got to start somewhere, right? Now, is that correct? I don't know. No, I'm missing that one now. What the fudge did I just do? Okay, there, yeah. There, no. So now it's 5 in. I'm just going to blame it on a supercharged efficiency 5 pickaxe with beacon power. Just going too quick. I think that does it. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Except now over here, that needs one block there. That doesn't look right. There or there. I like the way these look, but not this. Let's try it this way. Get up the handyman's secret tool. Okay. Three, four. Nope, that goes away. That goes away. And we'll fix it from the top. Okay. Collect our materials because waste not, want not. Now, theoretically, if you wanted to, you could swim up the water stream as yet another way of getting up there, but that's just too darn slow. We'll take the convenient elevator. Yup. Okay. There. I think that we are good now from the bottom side. And now I just gotta add water. Before I worry even about putting water around, I might as well just build up this corner where the other light system is gonna be. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I already got that set. Yep, 5 is set. I'll do the stairs that go up. Goes 1, 2, and then steps up. One, two, and then step up. Like so. Whoops, almost walked off the edge. 3 and 2, and then over. This part here gets blocked, that gets blocked. Oh, that does not get blocked. This gets blocked. Dun, 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 dun. Da, da. This is totally one of those builds, judge it by the finished product. You can see what direction we're going, but it's a little bit of chaos to get there. 5. Okay, it's got to go up one more. Like that. Okay, matchy matchy. Matchy matchy is good. Need more materials. Okay, so now we gotta match the redstone lines. And then blew up the old one. Right. Okay, dispensers. Oh, by the way, furnace. Furnace is complete. We can take that off the to-do list. Still have to add a gas port, a library, stables and animal pens, the dining hall and grand court, food farms. We're working on the organ right now, storage, and whatever other ideas we come up with. If you guys have any recommendations, I'm all ears too. Gatehouse would have been on the list, but the gatehouse is done. The game couldn't handle the explosions, eh? Well, you could always summon a wither and let it run around. Okay, I was looking for dispensers. Here they are. Let's grab just some water while we go up. Just out of convenience, we're going to make a water source. TNT was remaining for like 10 minutes onto the temple. Ooh. Cloudy with a chance of explosive meatballs? I don't know. Okay, I just gotta do a quick wash and break. Be right back. Alrighty. That's much more comfortable. Okay, so let's grab some more water. Okay. So we do have to add that, but let's take a quick look below. I like it. I like it. Nice. What are you looking at? I kind of have to laugh that ultimately Crazy Savage decided to keep the giant Enderman at his base. I think that's kind of funny. Okay. Well, let's not fill the water yet. Just put that aside. Dispensers. Okay, so the line comes down. That's going to be where the slow line goes. The face is the direction that the lava has to come out at. Molten sulfur. Some redstone stuff. And some lava buckets. You mean the Enderman? TNT won't work, sir. The only thing you'll do is blow his eyes out. It's all made out of frickin' obsidian. Okay. So now when we hit this note, it won't reach. See, the red signal dies somewhere around here. Right, nothing left over except for the Enderman. No, I'm thinking the next prank might be start building a giant beanstalk at that new town that he's building. So just let it keep growing and growing and growing and eventually put a giant at the top. Unless he chops it down. But we'll reward him with a giant goose at the top with a giant golden egg made out of gold blocks. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Happy with the way that is. Losing track of what I'm doing. Okay, redstone lines. And because I've already worked out all the math, then all I have to do now is copy. So over 2 and then 5 repeaters set to vortex. Oh, wrong direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the other repeater is set at the middle. And that's on regular speed. So we should see a bright light and then a darkness from the lava. Eventually, yeah, like I know every you're poking it and asking for trouble, but I don't shy away from trouble. It's part of the fun, right? Okay, so you can see that there was lava there and then the lava disappeared a few moments later. That's the mechanism. Okay, and then over top of that we want sulfur. So we'll just throw a temporary block up. Potent sulfur. Oh, gonna need a whole bunch more prismarine brick. A Death Star hovering above his village. Uh-oh. Oh no! I got to make a quick trip home and grab a whole bunch of prismarine bricks. Good thing there's teleporters all over the place. So that test worked out well, but now I gotta remove this pillar again because it's blocking the face. I gotta take that pillar out. But you know, if you're crazy savage and if you come back at me with something, I'm on here way more than he is. How will I retaliate to his retaliation? Okay. What the heck did I come back for? Prismarine. Oh, look, a shulker box full of Prismarine. Okay. Also gonna need a lot of repeaters. Yep. As long as they're done with good nature, they're always welcome, right? And be creative. I don't have a PlayStation. I play on computer only. But I am Mr. McSquare 11119. 3 ones and a 9. And there's a space in between the R and the M. Let's see. There. Mr. McSquare dash 1119. Maybe that helps. Okay. I think I need redstone torches as well. Yeah, redstone torches. Oh, I grabbed cobblestone. It's not. It's regular stone. probably more than enough repeaters, but while I'm making them, might as well make some more. That'll do. Lowe's and IKEA, eh? Because this place definitely reminds me of IKEA. Okay, I did not need bamboo. Put those away. Yeah. Okay, cobblestone not required. Blah. Stone left over. Six, 7 times. Ooh, you know that's not enough repeaters, but it's enough for now. Okay. Redstone torches. Get back to work. Do, 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 do. To the corner with you. YouTube rots your brain. Oh, wow. Okay. Wasn't ready for that. One of the other players is changing the end portal. Just gotta have a fast look at what he's up to. Building materials. Cut a column down every side. And of course I'm working here beacon. Yeah. Don't know what he's going to come up with, but glad he started. Safety fluid still here. Okay. I know what this guy's going to do. My money says purple glass all the way to the top with a row of lava behind it. But if he's going to do that, I hope he... Well, you won't see it. So a row of lava with purple glass is what I bet you he does. And he made a crying obsidian walkway. Okay, okay. More odds and ends. I'm gonna take my emergency rockets out because they're mine, damn it. Yeah. Good luck, Lawless Bacon. Make it pretty. Hello, Yaris. Okay, back to the phone. I think we'll do a dispenser in the lava just because lava buckets each take up a space of inventory. Yeah. Okay. I missed one somewhere. I got 1, 2. That one. I know this one works. That's my default one. Then I added that one. Okay, it's right here. There's right here next to me, you dummy. Yeah. Okay. But when we left off, we were watering this. Potent sulfur, and then water. Did I leave the potent sulfur exposed on the other one? I think I probably did. Nope, I encased it. Just gonna make them all look the same. Okay. Worry more about other blocks at another time. These are all water source blocks now. That should show bubbly bubbly. Yeah. Well, I'm screwing up the water sources. It should be okay. Okay, see that backside? It's not. No! 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 There. Okay, test it. Should be fountain on, fountain off. That'll do. Now we add the light. Oh. How many times you counting on me, Ron? 6 or 7 times? Okay. I'm also not sure about this wall here. Might slope it to match. It's because it's the same pane. No. Nope, 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 nope. Yep, 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 yep. Light source. Yep, yep, yep. I do like it better with it being sloped than square. I blame growing up on Sesame Street. There's a Minecraft build, Sesame Street, with a giant yellow bird and a frickin' elephant, woolly mammoth elephant that nobody can find. Okay. I like the look of it. Let's just make sure we didn't leave any blocks floating around where we shouldn't have. It looks okay. Course, let's match it over here. Okay. So then the light was from that side. Over here, I go one higher. And it is depressed one, because that's where the piston apparatus, I think, is. I'm glad I got the whole thing built and now I'm just copying. Now it's brain dead, copy paste, copy paste. Okay, facing the outside is where the sticky piston goes. Maybe we should grab the sticky piston. Okay, we can also put the potent sulfur out. Oh man, I rubbed my eye, and of course, rubbing it makes it worse. And now I just need some iodine or lemon juice. Freaking burning eye. I'm Mr. McSquare, your local Cyclops. So, of course, the episode I put out is the fast forward version of the live stream because this is a big project. And on the episode, it shows me working out the counts on how many repeaters to use and so forth. And then the last part of that episode I haven't recorded yet, which is just what the finished product looks like. Because I'm not there yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, one potent sulfur short. Oh no. Oh no. Who can't count to 8? This guy. I can count to 6, 7, but not 8. Could have sworn I had 7 of them, plus 1 already in place. What the fudge? Before I go get more potent sulfur, make sure I got the right amount. That one's got its potent sulfur. So I need 1. I need 1 frickin' potent sulfur. What did I do? Let's check the boxes. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta go get 1 potent sulfur. Darn it. And then I think we're doing yellow. Hmm. 1 potent sulfur. So I have 8 buttons, but the notes I'm going to wire it up for are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That's only 7 notes. For the 8th note, I'm going to put a snare drum sound. Because you know when you're playing guitar, sometimes you strum, and then shuck. When you shuck and like mute all the notes and hit the strings, I'm going to use a snare drum to imitate that. So you can go bing, 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 chick, bing, chick, bing, 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 chick, or whatever your tune is. But that'll be one of the options for the buttons. Potent sulfur. To IKEA. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I know my mouth's not next to my microphone. Blech. Thank you. The other thing I'm glad I did before he started all of his construction crap was I already brought villagers to my end base. I already brought villagers and zombies to the end base so that I can breed villagers, zombify them and whatnot, and then populate the inside. Because above the music room is where the library is going to start. And the library is going to have all the different enchanters running around it. Okay. Alright. Now the light tower. Yellow light tower. Okay. So I'm at height 120, right? The next level is 150. It's every 30. Because math is good. That tells me to go to 149. Yay, feather falling boots. And you can see like the 150 is the floor of the next level in line with everything else because I did my maths earlier and that's how I built the elevator and made each floor. There's also a row of prismarine there. So when I put in the yellow blocks, expanding your village around the castle, they're wandering around, but won't take the houses I built. Are they linked to the beds or no? It's all about the beds. The other thing you can do, so the way I do it is, let's pick any profession. Let's say the stonecutter guy, right? So when I breed them, there's no workstation anywhere near them except for whatever one I put right out in front of him so that he has to take that job. After he takes that job, and I'm happy with the trade, I lock the trade in. The first time you trade with him, Are they what? Okay, so what I do with the villagers to make sure that they go where I want them to go. I also don't let them roam completely free. um, like I'll lock them into their houses or their I'll put barriers at their front gates. But what I like to do to them is when I breed them, they'll be in an area that there's no workstations within like 50 blocks of them. So that like when I put out a workstation, they have to take that job, or no job at all if they're freaking the kind that doesn't want a job. Um, and then once I've got them locked to that profession, right? You make a trade with them, and then they stay in that profession forever. Uh, okay, that's fine, but I have to go over here. Um, they stay in that profession forever. And then when I build their house, I put that workstation, and they try to go to that workstation. They try to link to that one. It's slow, but I basically do one villager at a time. Oh, that's not correct. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Now I know all I did was on the side here, I stepped it down. But I believe I stepped it in. I don't know. Bedrock villagers suck compared to Java villagers. Java, they do what they're told right away. Bedrock, you gotta frickin' talk to their union boss and frickin' negotiate crap. Who's the union boss? Well, you can never find him. He's never around. But if you want to leave a message, they won't get back to you later. Okay. So now we're looking for the yellow light to flash. I can't tell. Does the orange light flash? Yeah, it does, barely. Does the yellow light flash? Yes, it did. Okay, it works. It's just so subtle, it's almost a waste of time. The only reason it's not a waste of time is if somebody else was there and you hit the button, they'll see the light change. And really, the only reason that I'm not just removing that whole thing is because I told myself I want to add that. I want that to be part of it because the yellow note, the yellow note block, the yellow light, and I'm stubborn. But yeah. So this will look nicer. Correct. That's exactly it. And the way I came up with this whole concept was I was on Miss Bouquet's stream, just in the chat room, and someone else was sharing pictures and talking about a cathedral they built, and they were looking for, hey, does anybody have an idea of what I should add to my cathedral? And I told them, add a musical organ with all the different note blocks, and you push the different buttons, and like you could use copper pipes for the organ pipes. And then I thought, in my base, I'm looking for a fountain idea. With the source of my fountain, I think I'll make the organ. So this easily could have been organ sounds or piano sounds. I just chose to do guitar. And the center platform here, I could easily change the design so it can look better than this. But right now we're making redstone lines. So after all the lines are done, then the walls and everything come in, and this will look so much better once the exterior walls are done. We're also at the point where the tower's starting to taper. So you see the black section, it will continue up. These sections, I'm going to bring them in, and that's going to be a balcony. There'll be balcony wherever you see the yellow. Oh, thank you very much. And then the black will continue up. Okay. What was I doing? Alright, this section. That's all I want to do to this section for today. Let's do the next section. Excuse me. Okay. Bang, bang. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the matching one at the middle. Set these to 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. They don't go to 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. verify here. If there is a problem, I'd rather identify it now. Should be lava on, lava off. It won't go lava off because I didn't put a redstone line out. Bing. Okay. Working as intended. Maybe I should do all my prismarine stuff now. Yeah. Yeah, let's focus on that prismarine trench line. This thing. So one block goes all the way around and around and around and around. Around and around and around and around. To there. So it doesn't go completely around actually. Darn it. Okay. Center line. I think I went 3. That's correct. No, that's not correct. Goes there. Like so. So I'm thinking the next layer will be a library. I'm not sure if one floor is enough because the floors are awful darn big. One floor might be enough. But I have to house all the enchanters plus an enchanting room and all the bookshelves plus a piece of artwork, and I'm thinking it's going to be a giant skeleton of something. Dragon skeleton's always a winner for a library, but might do a skeleton of something else or multiple skeletons because it's big enough. Like could do 4 skeletons or something, or 2 skeletons fighting each other. I don't know. But if you have any recommendations, I'm happy to consider them. Okay, I'm done with the yellow glass. We can take that out. Okay, now this one I raised up a bit. This one is a bit lower. And I think this one was actually better, but that one's in line. But see the visual here, if you're standing and playing the music notes, like this block is in line with those blocks. Right? If I put it there, the music note will be down too low, so I had to raise it up. I raised this platform up to, and then added the 2 light blocks before making the statue. And that's just that the statue is in line with whoever's standing here, instead of looking down at the statue. Because in a room this big and that tall, you don't want to be looking down when there's so much up. So I have to raise each of these center platforms. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Probably not going to get it all done on this stream, but I'm happy that I got this corner done. So even though you might not get to the finished product here, paintings, clay pots, statues, yeah. But like when you say statues, are they statues you made, or are they just armor stands with like say gold sets of armor? And that's a gold statue, which is fine. You can do an armor stand of each armor type. If you do leather, you can dye the leather and make different colored stuff. Of course, there's the armor trims too, but then we're getting into expensive materials. Like I think my character again, I'm gonna wind up. I like wearing netherite with gold armor trim, and then a golden helmet with netherite trim, and then it looks like one set of armor. But really, you got a gold helmet on for doing your nether shenanigans. Yeah, armor. Yeah, it's all fine. It works. The important thing with statues is just working, like picking what scale you want it to be at, and then making it work. Okay. Gotta raise the center platforms and build. I think I should raise the center platforms before building the other stuff. Yep. And I'm gonna need more sea lanterns. Okay. So, pickaxe is important. Let's just put this stuff away so that it's not in the way. Do some more wiring first. Just the basic lines from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bang. Okay. So that lava is wired. Does it go up and over or it goes through? No, it goes through with a repeater. 6, 7! Forbidden! Suddenly Misty unsubscribes. Unsubscribes and sends me hate mail. I'm always gonna end up in timeout again. Wired. Now then. Okay, this doesn't look right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the middle one. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Super fraudulistic. What about the government? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and some water. Okay, I think that's all the wiring. This corner is complete. Done. Okay, let's... Yep. Yep. And yep. Okay, I think it's time to do the centers. Now, the good thing about the centers is there's a spiral line of sea lanterns, so I just jump off and hit any spiral, and then I can climb the sea lanterns to where I gotta go. Okay. Then I need to raise it to sea lanterns. And collect all my materials. Well, at least I'm working with fountains, and there's always safety fluid at the bottom. Nah, like, there are annoying things that we can do, but I'd rather be playful. And in my mind, 6 shulker boxes of obsidian is pretty annoying. But I was surprised at his reaction. If you saw his video, it's like, oh, this looks pretty good. I think I might keep it. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Okay, something's not lining up here. You see, that's one block. They're the same there and there. But, oh, they are the same. Okay, it does line up. It is okay. Whoa, overshot, overshot. Fine, we'll just take the elevator. Okay, these have to be completed. That's center there. Nah, I was thinking about just putting a giant yellow helmet on him. And that's fine. It's his base. I'm just there to poke people along and go, hey, you think you're done? Guess what? You're not done. I just provide creative opportunities. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. It's a creative opportunity. But really, the personalities of those two other guys, they're both awesome to work with. Very positive. Got lucky when I ran across them. Okay, so Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yep, yep, yep. Uh-huh. Good to go. Except the propeller part would be a pain in the butt because I would have to make it spin, which is not easy. Okay, I think this is actually wrong. I think it's actually like that. Yep, yep. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, I was doing the 2 higher. Got sidetracked. Well, really, we've pranked Crazy Savage, so we actually have to prank Lawless Bacon next. We can't show favoritism in our pranks. We have to spread the love. And he's got a lighthouse that we could put a beanie on top. Or a giant seagull that poops down the side of it. I don't think I want to do pooping. Pooping might be considered a little bit lacking for taste. Actually, what I think I'm going to do to his lighthouse, in all seriousness, is using warp stone, or the not warp stone, but the warp fungus blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, that's correct. I'm gonna make a pirate ship full of piglins, and they're going to be raiding his lighthouse. The only problem is that once I start that, I want that to segue into a quest. So that's a very big project, and it's less of a prank and more of a quest introduction. But that'll send them to the Nether, and I'll have to build a bunch of outposts in the Nether that they're going to have to go and explore, leading to a final boss confrontation, which is possible because we're using the Minecraft movie add-on. So I'll find a bunch of the bosses, name tag them, stick them all in one room, and make them fight like 10 bosses at the same time. But then the reward will be like netherite blocks or something. A tree made. I was gonna make a tree made out of ancient debris. That's it. Which will be easy to do. Imagine like 10 bosses sitting around an area with a netherite tree in the middle. You beat the bosses, you get the netherite tree. Have a good day. Okay, we need 1 block. Because we need 1 block, I'm thinking, did I miss one? Is there 1 block floating in the water somewhere that I missed? So you see this is the inverse of what's at the top. I don't know what happened. One block disappeared somewhere. Oh well. We have the technology to make more stairs. Ah, we'll leave that there, you never know. Now we gotta get to the top of that platform. I don't think that's gonna do it. Nope. I'll have to fly and land it. There. Okay, and then this will put the next music note. Might as well do the note now. These ones. Okay. I feel like it should not be touching, it should be one above. And so it shall be. Oh, that one little block's gotta go. Ah! More altitude. Okay. I think this level, I'm probably gonna have, oh wait a minute, these are half slabs. Yeah, these are half slabs. These are not half slabs because this is the storage area I still have to build up yet. That's why it's not done. Aha! But I want, this whole thing will be spawn proof when it's done. we're not there yet. Yep, that works for me. Okay. Platforms. Resource reclamation. Okay. Is that right, or is it one too low? Okay, that's correct. One, two, three, four, five. Good. Okay, that needs a gap. That's too close. They're touching. I have to move this one over one or that one that way. I think to keep it centered, I gotta go this direction. Missed one block, but otherwise I think we're good. Again, they're big ugly squares, but you gotta allow yourself a break, you know? Like, you know you're using squares. And for squares, that's okay. We know what we're dealing with here. Especially when you look at this one, and that one, and this guy. Okay, they're musical notes. Then the last one, of course, is over here. And you gotta give yourself credit too, like when you're working with diagonals in cubes, you get what you get. Okay. Oh, look at this. Aha. Inspection says that does not belong there. That guy. But I want that guy back. There we go. Oh, too far. This one. And resource collection. Doo-doo-doo. looking for blocks that are out of place. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to do the big musical ampersand because, oh my gosh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. It'll look like crap using the block palette that I chose. I would have to make it bigger so that you could make curves and spaces. And, yeah, the scale that I used is wrong for that much detail. So the last note will have to be another simple one. Okay. Quite happy with what we got so far. Again, the center platform as well is subject to change. I can't carve too much into it because the underside, right? I contoured the underside, right? So that pyramid in the middle is actually hollow. And that being said, there's nothing ever really stopping me from tearing down this entire structure if I feel like it. Not gonna do that. Quite happy with the way it is. But this structure in the middle, I don't know yet. Maybe the middle will have a giant ampersand. That could work. That could work. Giant ampersand in the middle. But I'll have to calculate how many blocks of space I have left and be standing under it as you play away. Or I could do a cage of allays. Well, not a cage, but a room of allays. Because every time you're hitting notes, they're going to start dancing. Possibilities. I have to do more reading on allays before I make any of those decisions, though. Okay. Yeah, but it's just, you know, the creative, chaotic thought process that's all over the darn place. Okay, I'm just gonna check something here. Right now I'm looking at my at a music sheet for different notes because I'm thinking I might do one of the ones where the bar goes down. Yeah, I've decided what I'm gonna do. Bar down, head high. Righto. Basically this thing upside down. Going this way. And stuck the landing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 this time. You're not crazy. You're just creative. Okay. So this... It's got to come over one. Not happy with that. Whoops. And to stick that landing, we're just gonna fly into it and then chop it off. That's actually good enough. Now the background's going to help sell it once it's done. Oh, look, there's a block floating there. That's not allowed. Can't have blocks floating around. Nope, nope, nope. That's a resource. Obsessive compulsive. Gotta collect them. Mine. I agree. Unless you were going to do like Enterprise A sitting small next to Enterprise E, that would be okay. And then, of course, yeah. Need more explosions. Oh. Can you wire a TNT launcher to your new Enterprise and say that they're the torpedoes firing? And then can you be crazy enough to be able to control the firing from the bridge? Okay, let's reclaim these. I think I'll take these out just for now. So it's pretty simple. Just play with the dispenser and TNT, right? Yeah. So dispenser plus TNT. If you hit it, the TNT will go flying. It won't be lit. You have to add a mechanism to light it. But do you know what a fire charge is? You could put fire charges in there, and every time you fire it, it'll fire out a fireball. I used to make cannons like that, right? You put a dispenser with some blocks behind, stick a wheel on it, right? And a button. And every time you hit the button, the dispenser fires the fire charge and it goes flying, goes and it even makes a fiery sound. And then the other thing you can do is, you know what a pulse is, right? Where you throw a switch and then the pulse will keep flickering, flickering, flickering. And every time it flickers, the dispenser will fire, and it'll go. It's also a lot of fun with arrows. Anyway, those are my sound effects, my Minecraft sound effects. It's extremely simple redstoning. It's a dispenser. Whatever you put in the dispenser, I recommend fire charges, to be honest. And then a button will fire it once, a lever will fire it once, and then a redstone line. Button plus a redstone line, repeater to make the signal keep on going. That's all you need. Then every time you hit a big red button on the bridge, it can fire a fire charge. Okay, so got those out. Got those out. Next is more lines, more prismarine lines. This portion here. I'm gonna do that to the other two areas. And then we gotta inspect it to make sure we didn't miss any blocks. It's only logical. And of course, because you have the Enterprise, right? Do you have piston redstone doors for all your entrances to your different rooms? Sliding doors? Do you? Step on a pressure plate, watch the sliding door slide. Okay. Carried away, I gotta do this portion. Creative. Yep. Not surprised at all, especially when you're talking about projects as big as the frickin' Enterprise. There are some people that do some amazing pixel art, but as soon as you start using other programs, I don't feel like you're playing Minecraft anymore. You know what I mean? You might be using the engine, but really you're just drawing pixel art. It's not the same. I think Miss Mulcahy, she doesn't play on creative, she plays on peaceful. So there's no monsters to grief her, but I think she still has to collect all of her stuff. Yep, yep. For me, the reward is being able to build all those things. Like, a lot of people get caught up in the, oh, okay, I survived, I made a food farm, now what, now what, now what? Like, dude, what are you working towards? You're working towards the ability to build whatever you want. Why do you have a farm that produces more food than you could ever possibly eat? Oh, because that's what the tutorial told me? No! Why do you have a base? Well, because when you die, it's a faster way to reset and keep going. Playing in the end dimension as much as I do, I can't tell you the number of times I've fallen into the void and lost everything. Other than it's more than once. But because I've got such a good base, it takes me all of 5 minutes and I'm back into full netherite gear that's all enchanted. I don't fear death. I've got the ability to recover. Creepers that blow up your builds, however, that's a different pain in the butt. And that's the good thing about the end dimension, too. The only thing around here is Enderman. Enderman, Shulkers, and the dragon in the middle. Those are the only monsters in the end. And the void itself. I would argue that the end is actually safer, because I could be here for a week, and the only thing I've got to worry about is Endermen that have looked me in the eye. That's it. There's no skeletons or zombies showing up. There's no creepers wrecking everything I built. So when you think about it, is the end safer than the overworld? If I don't sleep for 3 days, there's no phantoms coming to swoop in and kill me in my nightmares. Okay, this is not correct. That's correct. Alrighty. Get some more blocks. The end's just scary because, well, if you wind up in the void, you lose it all. Back to your spawning zone. When my kid started playing, I right away pushed him. We started playing on normal mode, right? And then I pushed him into playing on hard mode. Have a good night, Misty. Wonderful to have you for as long as we did. Have a great night. And I'm glad that even though it's not 100% done, you've got a really good idea of what the finished product's going to look like. Because it's just this repeated. But that being said, that is a lot of work. I had to work out what the timing was on everything and the builds and blah 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 blah, and then repeat. Have a good night, Misty. Okay, so that fountain area is done. That one is completely done. That fountain area is done. Gotta do this one. Ooh, you know what else I could do? For the interior walls. Okay, the walls are the background, right? Imagine, if you will, black walls, white lines, with a song written in notes on the back. And if you look at the wall, you could play it. There could be 4 different songs, or even just one song. You know, the chorus line. Bing, 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 bing. Beam, 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 beam. Yeah. To me, this is digital Lego. I was a big Lego kid. And for me, this is digital Lego. I know they had a mod that's out there where your blocks are actually Lego blocks. And I'm not really interested in doing that much of Lego, but I'm happy with my building blocks. Color-coded notes? Yes, they are. Well, you could. You could. There's 16 colors of concrete, right? You could just use concrete blocks and make the notes. And that might be easier to learn, too, because you look down at the floor and the colors would match. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but like your map on the wall is color coordinated. Oh, wool's another option because I used wool here. And then it would just matchy-matchy. Now that's a big maybe, but the walls are big enough that we could do that. And then because it's color coded, you wouldn't get it mixed up with the foreground fountains. Have to work out like how big is a note, right? And it might just be as simple as a 4-count bar from here to the next. Oh gosh, I don't know if you'd even get that many notes in. Imagine 4 walls, but the walls are limited to this color pillar to that color pillar. Could put a 4-chord bar in each one. I don't know, but like it's just the creative chaos process of what are we going to do. I think it would look cool though, wouldn't it? And then let's take it a step further. Maybe you use stained glass, so you're looking out at the void through the colored notes, but you could play the notes. Ah, so many options. Or the notes could even be lights, like the sea lanterns. You could put sea lantern blocks, or let's see, there's glowstone, there's the glow mushroom, glow shrooms, shroom, whatever the heck they're called. There's redstone lamps. There's a wide variety. So, and because you're mixing this now with music, it's just the brain's going in so many directions at the same time. Brain overload. And even if you don't pull it off, it's still fun. Exactly. You got it, Ron. Right there. Possibilities. It's not, oh, the Ender Dragon's dead. What do I do next? Dude, what can you think of? That's what you can do next. Center and work from here, otherwise I'm going to lose my place. But without getting ridiculous out of control, because you got to balance your expectations with your abilities, right? Writing a little bit of sheet music on the wall might be the win. It's not the game that gets boring, it's the player. Yep. Yep. And even like other things too, time management becomes a bit of an issue. Like before I started this stream, I had already built a single light, single circuit, so that during the stream here, it was a matter of explaining what I was doing and then replicating it. Because really, there's just too much going on. And I didn't have the answers. I had to figure it out. I didn't want to look like an idiot. Look at this idiot. On his own stream, he doesn't even know what he's doing. I remember when we were, you were watching me build that face in the sky. There was one moment there, man, it's like my giant demon was wearing blackface, and my thought was like, nope. I'm not doing Aunt Jemima in the sky. Nope. This is not okay. Yeah. Well, what's someone gonna say? Oh, this guy cares too much. Have a good day. Okay. After doing it 8 times, it's like just easy repetition now. Okay. Next, we will put in fountains. Okay. Like, looking around, this is an incredible amount of building materials. And that's why we make all of our farms and everything. Like, so much material. And I showed you my spawn area. I dug out the whole center spawn. That's just building resources. Don't throw anything away. You become a hoarder. Never know when you need stuff. And then you look at, I've got a whole lot of deep slate. I could make a lot of deep slate product freaking building stuff. I got a farm that produces prismarine and sea lanterns. Okay. Let's do this one. Oh, what do you want? You want some of this? Not a music aficionado? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where are you? I can hear you. Yeah. Took his beating and walked away. Okay. Fountains. Done with the sea lanterns for now. A bucket. Okay, this is incomplete. Or is it? No, that's the way I did them. So many blocks. Can't keep track of them all. Okay. Well, once I get all this area flooded, I think I'm gonna end the stream and just down the road I'll finish off the pillars and come back to it. But I'll put in the water in the channels and then have a look from down below. And then of course I've got a spot check to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. there's something else I'm going to add to this room. You can make dancing armor stands. Do you know how to make a redstone pulse, Ron? Or do you at least know what it is that you can look it up? Well, anyway, if you have an armor stand, if you right-click the base of the armor stand changes its pose. You can use a redstone signal to change the armor stand pose. So if you have a pulsating redstone signal, it will go through all of its poses repeatedly. And all of its poses repeatedly is actually a dance. When you fully equip the armor stand, it dances around and spins whatever weapon it has in its hand. It's kind of cute. And I will add that feature to the music room before it's done. Okay. So imagine you come in through the front door here, and this is the area that you see. These will be storage rooms in the yellow boxed areas. Actually, no, this is not storage. This is the animal areas because it's the main floor. And now the hardest thing to get in Minecraft is movement, right? And it's just got that shimmer of flowing water everywhere, noise. Gotta like when the ideas in your head you can give form to. So now a quick recap. Whoa. There we are, bottom level. Right? Bottom level is the shulker farms. And because of the shulker farms and its mechanic, that's why there is nothing to this extent. And even on this extent, there's buttons and everything to make sure the shulkers don't accidentally teleport and escape the farm. It's all glass and half slabbed, and that's the shulker farm. Okay. This side is the furnace room. Right? Furnace and fuel. Pop chorus fruit. And then on this wall, it's probably going to need some workstations and decorations. Definitely a crafting table. Got the beacons in the corners. These I want to be food farm areas. Okay, be a food farm with a large reservoir of food of various types. Up a level. And then like even at this height here can be accessed to second floor storage, but I don't think so. These open areas I want to put some kind of design mosaic. I might just go with yellow and black spirals to match what's already there. I don't know. Okay, that brings us to the main floor. The main floor will be livestock, animals, horses, cows, chickens, whatever else. This is not the main floor. This is the storage level. Ha ha ha! The place is so big I'm lost in my own construction. And I have not filled in these glass areas yet, right? Because I don't know if I need to make connecting tubing or anything. The lava channels I kept, so I've always got a reference of which way is the bridge, the gate, it's that side. But this is going to be the storage room. Empty at the moment because there's no farms to accumulate storage. Then it's the main floor. For animals, and had the water feature because, well, if you got animals you need water, right? Okay, brings us up to, this will be the reception area. It's going to be colored panels that look out. I'm probably going to knock out these center ones, and then you will fly your happy gas in and park your happy gas in these columns here. This yellow area will be for happy gas with an exit out each direction. This is going to be just observation here, like a balcony, as it were. This central area, I'm going to have a large map table, right, that extends out, and a throne here that I sit upon. And I might make guest rooms. I'm not sure. Could be guest room below. Or ghasts. Oh, guest rooms or gas on this level. Huh. Anyway. Nothing's done until it's done. That brings us to the music level. Source of the fountains. The music room. The music room, okay, this, I've got these platforms here. This might be better for guests, and I'll do guests below, and then gas on this level, right? Because then above this level will be the library. The library will have some way to look down upon the music room, whether it's balconies and an open area or glass. I'm leaning more towards balconies and railings. That is build height limit at the top of those lights. And each floor is 30 blocks. So it gives me lots of room to create. But this level that I'm on now, and I've got to carry on the staircase, which is on this side. I've got to knock out part of the floor and carry on the stairwell. This level here will be the library. Which means I've got one level here that undecided what it is. If the library is 2 floors, or if the library is just the 30 blocks below this, I don't know. So then I still got this floor. 2, and then the roof. Because that's as high as, like, 256 is the limit. I can only go 16 higher than this, that's it. That's it. Not allowed to build above this. It almost looks purple with the water. But we're getting there. And of course I gotta populate it with villagers. That's a task of its own. But really, I've got the library plus a floor. Let's see. Got this 1, 2, 3. Okay, music. Height 150 is library. $180 could do observatory and map room here. Imagine a starry skyline dome. You walk in, this could be the big map room. And by map room, I mean it could be a map at the end. I could also, it's big enough that you could put like a map area of the overworld, of the, make a map of the nether, geez. Maps work out here, no problem. In the end, they work in the overworld, no problem. The nether, they don't work with a damn. But observatory, I think, should be closer to the roof. But at this point, the building's got to taper more. So the last two levels, it's just going to be this last tower. And then the top thing, I'm thinking just maybe, or actually, should I top the entire structure with a single statue? Maybe. There's only 16 blocks of play here. 16 blocks from this platform. Not sure. Can always bring all this down one, so that like I'd have 16 plus 30 is 46 blocks from here. I can make a nice statue that's 46 blocks tall. Actually, I know. Okay, so here, this center, the topper of it is going to be a hydra, a multi-headed dragon, and at the end of each of the dragon's necks will be one of the dragon heads off the end ships. I've got lots of them, so I could make hydras, and I could easily make that within the 16 block height that I have left, or even the 10 block height if I make a platform from here, you know, step it up to the middle so that it's in line with this cap. And then 10 block high hydras facing in the 4 different directions, or 8 directions if I want to put them diagonal, which will be easy. Oh. Ron, you and Misty are awesome. I appreciate you guys visiting me. Turn that into some purple. I think I'm going to call the stream here. Yeah, like gargoyles. Only, oh, I could do gargoyles too. Options, possibilities. Who knows? Maybe I see something tomorrow that I really like and I want to add it. We'll have to wait and see. It's not a today problem anyway. I've got lots to do between now and then. Or maybe I got to make a giant laser system to protect myself from giant Endermen from stealing my base. No, they would be gargoyles, nothing moving. The only thing that could possibly move is you hit a button and they could roar. Because if you put a dragon head onto a note block and activate the note block, it roars. It makes the monster head sound. Oh, it could do menagerie up here. Could do Enderman. Could make a you know, like what the shulkers look like. That opening and closing box. Could put a giant shulker on top. Although I think that would be lame. I don't know. Could make a lighthouse beacon. The Eye of Sauron. Big eyeball. Don't know. Or maybe an airship dock, because I've already made airship, right? Maybe there's an airship in the end. Oh, no, but you know, one of those levels that I wasn't sure what to do? I've got to put a ship port for those purple flying ships that are out here. That's got to be right next to the Happy Gas. Gas slash ship dock. Yes. And it's big enough. Okay. It's big enough that one of the 30 spot levels that I didn't know what to do with, like let's say here, it'll be pillared and open in the middle, and you fly the ship right into it, and the dock is internal to the building. A Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That is an awesome prank. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Fuck yeah. That's a prank I'm gonna stick in my pocket. Someone's gonna have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man visit them. Oh boy, possibilities. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna call the stream there. You know what it's gonna look like. The only thing that's missing is the fountains and the lights, but it's gonna look like this corner here. And I appreciate your input, Ron. And I'm definitely going to use the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on somebody. That's an excellent idea. Maybe my gargoyles can be the keymaster and the gatekeeper. And you haven't seen my winged statue work yet, so that gets pretty as well. Okay, I've blah blah blah'd enough, and I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for watching, and you have a good night too. Bye bye.